The Day Show
is sponsored by Onga.
My grandfather said to me, "Son, you're a child of this tradition. No different from the ancestor of 1,000 years who plunged his fingers into the mud. From this mass today you call death, pots were molded. Pots which will keep water of life that sustained your great-grandmothers in youth. Your lips, they unfold with breath, cushioned in language as though a new leaf unravels. Bleu, segbeanapon, na pienefa. Upon navel, you were connected to a power that charged your existence. And if you ever run out of energy, the fathers of my fathers left you drums, song, dance, from which your strength should stand, fortified from the battery of those that wish we harm. My son, he sang in a son. You are but a future ancestor. The seed sown before you are now fruits from which you must now plant. Do you view yourself above this humble rank, a farmer of culture? That the times are different mean not that your ties have shifted. Child, your nature defines you, regardless of the environment that clothes you. In this favor we found you, can a favor be asked you? In your hurry to achieve, will you take us along? Will you explain and match the ancient beauty of our song? In the tongue of the present, so we witness children's eyes, directed by their ears to the tears of those they leave behind. Let them not discard the foundation, the fountain which offers us drink in immortal nobility. Let them know that their mansions and lofty houses are powerless before mud houses if the latter is more home. Show them the songs of Solomon summarized in Adinkra, that mining into the past enriches rather than enslaves. Beg for our forgiveness. In the abundance of food and rain, we only sought invention in the wisdom of God. Blindsided to the addictive creations of men, turned cunning through cold suffering. They came with pistol and mortar against our pestle and mortar. In their works, our children will be distracted and identities extracted. My son, you must find this lost gift that transcends generations and let your words be new rap. For long we waved our versions at them, but in the pupils, our package appears tattered. The eyes of souls who poured water on the walls of Agokoli's kingdom follow you in hope and prayer that you become one with reason. In recognizing their bravery amidst adversity, so too must you dampen the walls that separate us from our children with libation. Do we not matter no matter the mantra? Must we not mentor the men to remain tall? Vignere, he bellowed to the chickens one yellow. Your jaws are casting steely speech molded in the bonfires of folklore. Re-invoke laws that spoke for souls lost, that they may find seated in the congregation of mankind. Touch them where man kindles feeling, till emotions translate to logic, so we may witness emancipation from a prison so tragic. Thank you.
Hello, y'all. How you doing?
I'm great.
I think we can do better for y'all. Christopher Yom Mfojo, but he's known as Yom the Poet.
Yes.
This was beautiful. And well, this is a beautiful introduction to this week's edition of The Day Show. Yes, he's our first guest, and you've heard him do what he loves to do best. We'll sit down and talk some more about how poetry became a part of his life. And then later on the show, are you ready to do some liquor? Are you ready to do some liquor? Well, we'll get into a conversation with Kidi as well. So don't go anywhere. This is The Day Show. Thank you so much for joining us. My name is Berla Mundi, and DJ Filter is here as well as the most incredible audience. Big thank you to Dr. Ash Furniture for this beautiful set. You can find that and more in their shop on the Spintex Road, just close to Manette Junction. When we come back, Yom will tell us more about his brand. Don't go anywhere.
Furniture on The Day Show is sponsored by Alfimo GH.
Welcome back, and Yom the Poet is still seated here with me. But of course, tradition continues. We cannot go on with this show without finding out what the concerns of our audience could be and how we can even address them. So it's time now for the BU question of the day. Who is asking a question today? Who's it going to be? Oh, there you are. Okay. Hey, gentleman in suits. Shall you, Mia? What's your name and what's your question?
Okay, I'm Duncan Williams, Isaiah.
Duncan Williams?
Yes, please.
The pastor?
Not a pastor.
Are you related to him?
Yes, we are related.
Oh,
In the
nice.
Lord's sleep.
Hey, hallelujah, brother.
Praise the Lord.
That's why you're in a suit.
Yeah.
You're making your uncle proud.
Exactly.
Okay, carry on.
Hello, Bella.
Hi.
Okay, so I work in a toxic workspace. In that regards, how do I maintain a healthy working relationship with my colleagues?
Very interesting one. Yom, what would you say to him?
I think that you have to set boundaries. I think it's important to set boundaries to make things clear. And I think you have an HR department in your office, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so I think you should raise the issue of the environment being toxic and try to go around having conversations of trying to alleviate that issue or that problem. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And just to add to it, every time this comes up, I always ask the person, have you done some introspection? Are you also contributing directly or indirectly to the toxicity within your office space? Because we're very good at, throwing the blame at the doorstep of everybody else but ourselves. What are you also doing that's probably contributing to it or making it so apparent and obvious?
Okay, so
If you can fix that about yourself, then maybe that's the first step. Then now you can start addressing everybody else. Like Yom says, go to the HR department. See if you can sort of change the way you relate with people in the office just a little bit and see if that brings about some change. If that doesn't work, if you have another opportunity, I'd say leave. Because you cannot thrive in a toxic environment.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, that's what I think. You're going to say something, though.
Yes, please. So I wanted to say, indirectly, I also play a role. Because I'm supposed to report to the HR to alleviate that toxic environment.
Yeah, and you don't do that.
And I don't do that.
I think you have your answer with Yom.
Yes.
Thank you so much. You can have your seat now.
Thank you very much.
And well, if you also have any answers as to how he can deal with the toxicity in his work environment, please send us a message. The hashtag is The Day Show. But Yom the Poet is here, and that was an incredible opening to the show.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Poetry.
Yes.
Is it not boring?
It depends. It depends
On what?
On how you present it.
Okay.
Yes, exactly. What I did right now, I don't think was boring.
No,
I
it
don't think
wasn't.
the crowd thought was boring. So it's all about presentation. you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
How
so,
long have you been doing poetry?
Quite a while. I mean, ever since I was born,
Okay.
I've been working with poetry, with words. I love words, and so it's something that's been a part of me as far back as I remember. Yeah.
Even as a child?
Even as a child.
Well, we're told that if you want to do poetry, then your grammar must be top-notch, because you need to really know how to play with words.
Well, I mean, it's a factor. I understand that, but I think poetry is expression. And even if your grammar isn't like 100%, once you want to express yourself, you're allowed to. I mean, poetry is writing. It's putting out your emotions. So it's not necessarily, for me personally, it's not necessarily dependent on grammar. It's how you're able to communicate your emotions. Yeah.
How you're able to communicate your emotions.
Yeah.
Is that probably what motivated you to go into poetry? You needed an avenue to pour out your heart?
Well, yes, but the other side is that I'm a very observant person, and I observe a lot. And I realize that there's a lot of stuff going on in Ghana, like that's going undocumented.
Yeah.
You understand? It's like there's no narrative, and it's other people are seizing our narrative, and they're trying to control our narrative. But I think that we need to explain our stories. We need to talk about our things, the things that's happened to us, and we need to put them in mediums that like the next generation can come to and understand. And it will provide healing and understanding and all those things.
For us.
Yeah.
You're a very observant person. What have you observed about the studio so far?
I've observed a lot of things.
Have you?
Yes, but I think that the crowd is genuinely interested in what is going on here. I see smiles on their faces. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's scary though. So now I can't even look into your face because I'm probably thinking he's borrowing into my system. Trying to figure out what can I get out of this man. And that's, do you get people say that a lot, that okay?
Yeah, I mean, people try to they think that because I'm a poet, I'm always trying to read them or trying to get something a story out of them.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's true, but it's not all the time.
Sometimes it's true. Have you read anything about anybody that scared them?
They don't know. I mean, unless they hear the poem or they hear the piece and then they realize that, okay, this person is talking about, or they may not know. I don't understand. Yeah.
How do you develop your poems? Where do you start from?
Actually, as I said, because of my observant personality, I can sit with an issue or a problem for a long time. Like I have a piece called Sewakoto, which is about skin bleaching, you understand? And I experienced that in uni when I had a friend who I liked very much. She was my friend. She was really amazing. I thought she was very amazing. And over time, I realized that her skin was lightening. So with that in mind, I was like, wow, this girl is like amazing and everything. But she really thinks she needs to do more. Wow, okay. And then I sat with it, and saw more examples in public, you understand? And so when it's time to write it, it just comes naturally.
Just like that?
Yes, because you've spent a lot of time with the issue.
I want to hear Sewakoto.
I can give you a little bit. Okay.
Just a little, yes.
From the get-go, she was all about stilettos. And she walked with the confidence of post-colonial Nkrumah, and yet stilettos, they cried for independence. She aspires to be the cream of the crop, and so she applies cream to crop out the darkness, just so her mirror on the wall would say that she was the fairest of them all. I suppose that somewhere within the syllabus, somebody forgot to teach that a painting possesses more value than its Photoshop version. Miss Barbie, paying no mind to hypercritical, hypocritic men waxing lyrical on her methods unethical. All she knows is a newfound complexion, stay decompressing formerly complex conquests.
Wow. I like that you said, so she can look on her mirror on the wall and ask who is the fairest of them all. Before that, you said a line as well. Her toes were begging for independence. I just pictured it and I was like, oh my. No, but you guys are really creative because naturally all you have to do is she's bleaching. Why is your skin fairer than, why are your toes darker than your face? Yeah. But you found a very unique way of stringing these words together.
I feel like at the same time too, with my poetry, you can't be judgmental. You understand? You just need to narrate the story as it is. So that, when you come from an attacking point of view, a lot of people just block you out.
Yeah.
Once you tell them a story, they can place themselves in the story and then relate. So that's what I try to do. I don't try to judge or anything.
I understand that. And I think that's a beautiful piece. Yeah. I hope that you pour out a lot more of such things. But while being a poet, I know the industry hasn't been too favorable to poets.
Yes. I mean, I can't speak for everyone, but I think that you, as the artist, need to also try. You are challenged. The system is challenging, so you need to challenge yourself. You need to find avenues of revenue, you understand, and you need to pay attention to the business aspect of things so that you can now begin to generate something for yourself so that it's, I mean, the first thing is passion and love for it, but as you go on, you need to take it more seriously, to get something out of it, and that's what you need to focus on too as well. So it's both ways.
It's both ways.
Yes.
But it's beautiful how you build it. Now, I know that, of course, the industry also lost a gem not too long ago, Amataidu.
Yes.
And that must have been a blow to a lot of you as well.
Yes, it's quite a blow, and I know a few female poets who can fill her shoes. So in as much as I understood the loss, I also had hope in the future, and if I took pleasure in the fact that she spent a lot of time with a lot of poets. I mean, they didn't come to hear about her. Yeah. She was actually alive, and she opened her doors to everybody. So, I mean, Ama, we're sad, and it's not the best, but I mean, we look forward to the future. We
definitely look forward to that. Yeah. And you come from a family of creatives.
Yes.
And for those of you, can I spell that out? Is that allowed, or you don't like to associate?
No, it's okay.
Those of you who don't know her, don't know much about him, Yom is the brother of Apefa in Fojo, who's a general manager for 3 Group here at Media General. So, I mean, before that, she served as the GM for APL and the likes of the Day Show, Today's Woman, GMB, all these shows sit under her. So that explains where he's coming from. A very creative mind. Tell us a bit about growing up and what it was like.
Well, it was fantastic, to be honest. I was born in 37. We lived in Berla Mundi, but I don't have any memories of that because when I was like 8 months old, my father left the army and we moved to Obuasi. So that's where we all grew up. My sister is a twin, by the way. So I came after the twins and we had a blissful time. At that time, we were living in Obuasi, Ashanti Goldfields, you know. We didn't even know Ghana existed because we were cut off from the world, you know. So it was quite a lot of fun. And for about 13 years, we lived there. And then I had to move with my dad because my dad had to move to Ho. Yes, so I moved with my dad to Ho, lived some time in Ho.
Was that a shocker? Because, I mean, you moved
Yes,
from...
it was a lot of things. It was a culture shock, but it is part of the reason why I'm a poet, because I lived in, let's say, the Akan environment, and then straight to the Ewe environment, you know what I'm saying? I went to JSS and SSS in Ho, and then from there, I went to KNUST in Kumasi.
Yeah.
You understand? Yeah. Shout out KNUST. And then I came to Accra. So I have the experience of a lot of environments, staying in those environments for a long time. So it builds up my creative process. Yeah.
I can understand that. But KNUST, so what did you read?
Environmental science.
What has that got to do with poetry?
Well, I'm good at a lot of things, you understand. And environmental science was something that, in conversation with my dad, I thought that this is something that will be beneficial to me, you know what I'm saying? So the deal was that I pursue that so that I could pursue what I want. And I was like, yeah, easy deal. But 10 years down the line, I'm still doing both. I'm still juggling both, and it's very comfortable.
It is. So, I mean, money-wise, you're good.
Yeah.
Everything is okay. Does poetry pay?
Everything is okay.
Does poetry pay?
Poetry pays dependent on how you want to approach it. You
okay.
Understand? Yes.
I see.
Yeah, like with shows and stuff like that, you get your return.
And are you doing any shows anytime soon?
Yes, I have a show in October. That's the Alternative 2. And then I have a Made in Ghana series in December.
Okay.
I had, on last week, Thursday, I had a show at Gold Coast. I was introducing my band. That's Yom and the Boys Under Construction, a band of young boys who are excited and talented. And so we are trying to introduce our music and our sound to the world.
Yeah. So Yom and what, the band?
The Boys Under Construction.
The Boys Under Construction?
Yes.
What kind of construction?
They're work in progress.
They're work in progress?
Yes.
Well, I'm looking forward to it. But Yom, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
How can we get in touch with you even further if we want to? I'm sure you do events.
Yes, my events. But the best is my socials. I mean, I put everything there. And on Instagram, I'm Yomatonao, which is YOMATORNAWO. Yes. And then it's like that on Twitter and Yominfuju on Facebook. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Final one before you go. If you have to tell the authorities to fix something within the industry that you work in, what would it be?
I think it's to place more serious people in positions of power because creativity is very important in any environment. And even Kwame Nkrumah saw that. And so he was very, very adamant that this needs to be done and done. We need to stimulate the minds of the people through creativity. That's how you bring national
interest.
You understand? So it's very important that creativity is given the environment that it needs to thrive.
Exactly.
And that can only be done if we have serious people, serious-minded people within the spaces that decision-making is made. Yeah.
Definitely. Christopher Yom in Fojo, we all call him Yom the Poet. Please put your hands together for him.
Thank you for having me.
It's been a pleasure.
It's been a pleasure.
Having you on.
Yeah.
And yes, don't worry, our toast will get independent very, very soon. But it's been a pleasure.
Right.
And well, when we get back, we'll pour some liquor. Are you ready? We'll be right back. That was great. That was great. Liquor dance move. So you can put the microphone down. You have to teach me.
Okay.
Because I've been trying, but
it's quite simple.
It's simple, eh?
So
okay.
you're drinking because you have a headache. And when you get a headache, you pour some more and then you give it to. So liquor in my cup, my healer. Wow. Pour another one for me. I'ma just call my dealer. My dealer.
Wow. Okay, can we get the music? We have to do this.
Hey. This is just freestyle. Just be your thing. Be your thing. Baby girl, I'm searching a dream. Points. Give it to them. Points.
Okay.
Poor. Give it to them.
Hey. So which one is this?
That is why I just
Kidi, Sugar Daddy.
Hello, Bella.
Sucre Papito. How you doing?
I'm great.
I've missed you.
I've missed you.
And I mean
too.
it when I say I've missed you. But I'm fighting you privately, and you know why.
Oh,
you know why.
Don't do that.
But I'm
don't
happy
do that.
you're on the show. How you doing?
I feel good. I feel great.
It's
incredible.
great to see you.
Thank you.
I mean, we were all scared at a point, but I know you've addressed the fact that those were just
Yeah,
rumors and there was
definitely.
nothing. But how do you feel about people making such statements about you?
It's unfortunate, but it's the world we live in. Like, when people type or publish good things, nobody cares. The only people know the only way they have to get attention is through negativity. So somebody knows something like this, something that's going to catch on to everyone. So unscrupulous people, but trying to leave them all behind in the past and move on. You know?
But what really happened? Were you just tired of us? Because, you know, you were on the high. You had just won Artist of the Year the year before. I'm sure everybody was expecting more from you. I saw you.
Yep, we were in LA together for the Grammys.
You were going on a tour and then all of a sudden nothing
Yeah.
happened.
We're supposed to, but a lot happened. I just want to summarize everything. You know, I was out in Belize for a show as well. And I think on the stage, I felt like there was something off. You know, music is, I feel like that's my purpose in life. So I told myself at any point in time, when I'm on stage and it doesn't feel good, then there's something wrong. So I had to take a step back, and there was so much happening, like mentally as well. There was a lot happening.
What was happening?
A lot.
Like what?
And all those things transmitted into like physicality. Like when I woke up in the morning, my voice is like gone. I couldn't sing, and I realized that there is no way I could go into that tour with like all of these problems.
Through?
Oh, it's just, you know, it's not.
Is it pressure? Is it broken
no,
heart?
it's not. It's a little bit of everything
broken
together.
Heart was part?
Oh no.
After
I told myself I would never give my heart to a girl to break like that.
Oh, how? So wait. So nobody has ever broken your heart?
Oh, I've collected my fair share.
You've chopped breakfast?
Oh, plenty.
A lot of times.
I chopped breakfast at supper times.
Hey! But what was it? Because I do understand. I mean, I'm also in the industry, and I can imagine what kind of pressure was on you. A lot of people expecting so much, and you having to deal with private things, and combining that with having to smile every time the camera was on you.
I feel like it's not even, yes, that was a part of it, but it's not even about, I don't see pressure. So I wouldn't put the word pressure there. But as much as all of those things were happening, which were a very minor slice of the pizza, it was like the bigger part was there was so much background happening.
What was happening?
I can't, like, there are things I cannot say.
Okay, they're personal.
Yes, I won't be able to talk about. But there were things happening that compounded with so many other things coming together was like a little overwhelming, you know. And
Are you being attacked spiritually?
Oh, no.
That's
I mean, attack spiritually, there's even, they work 24/7. It's not like, it's like something needs to happen for them to spiritually attack. It happens all the time. So
how do you deal with that?
Oh, I have a prayerful mom, I'm grateful.
But you don't pray yourself?
Oh, you see, in our Ghana, they've told us that when we pray, it's powerful, but our mom's prayers are always more powerful.
Exactly.
You know? So yes, I do pray, but I believe my mom's prayers is also like up there being heard by God as well. So.
You always talk about your mom. And I find it quite interesting. I don't think I've heard you talk about your dad.
Yes.
How come? Did you grow up with him?
I grew up, some part of my life I grew up with my dad, but I lost my dad when I was 7.
Oh.
Yeah, so I hold him dear, but my mom has been like my dad and my mom, you know, throughout my life.
So how important is it for you to be that father figure in your son's life?
It's very important
knowing
because
that you didn't
I know what it's like
that.
right now. Sometimes I would want my dad. I want to, no matter how grown you are, sometimes you want like a word from a man, you know, and I didn't have that for like some part of my life, but I would want my son to always have that, you know, forever.
And so. I see you do that a lot. Your son is so cute.
Thank you.
I mean, his videos.
He's such a character.
He is.
He's a character on his own. Like,
who is he getting that from? You or who? Obviously, yeah. But I like those car moments that you guys
our rides
have.
together, yeah. You don't have golden. You want a golden hair.
Are you surprised that he's that vocal and, you know?
I'm not surprised because apparently when I was his age, I was quite like that as well. Yeah.
So you've just given birth to yourself, literally.
I mean, I got the, yes, I was going to say.
But then again, being a father at a young age, is that something you prepared for, or did it come as a surprise?
Being a father even at 50 is nothing you prepare for, no matter what the age is.
Yeah.
Yes, I mean, there are people that plan for it, but sometimes these decisions, you have to just go into it, make the decision. You know?
Yeah.
So nobody's really prepared for it, but that's the thing about life. When it comes, you step up and do what you have to do.
Are you ready to have another one now?
Oh, not be now.
Hey, why?
School fees is expensive.
School fees is expensive. I'm sure you're like, when it's time to reopen school, you're like, oh my, I have to go.
I know,
pay.
But like at the right time.
You would have one.
Yes, because I want to have like 3 kids, so.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, so 2 more. Hey, is that a thing
listen,
here?
You know this thing you have said. I'm sure there are some girls who are saying, I'm going to have one of those children.
I beg you in the name of
by fire,
Jesus.
by force.
My mother's prayers to keep you away.
Oh, you don't want them to come close, huh?
No.
Of course, they have to be your fans.
Yeah.
But let's talk music. I mean, of course, you took a break. You're back. You've had to do a lot of explanations. And then you have your songs out. How are people receiving it?
The love has been quite overwhelming. Like, people have... if there's anything I took away from all this mess that happened, it's that I am loved. Like, I took that one silver lining from everything that happened. So when I came out with music, people have, you know, been supporting. So I'm really grateful for that.
Has it been difficult coming back?
It hasn't been, you know. It was only quite difficult in the early stages. I remember my performance at the VGMA.
Yeah.
Even though I was fine performing, I could tell like there were people in the crowd that were just looking at me with concern. So they weren't able to enjoy Kidi's performance. They were like, hey, will he fall down? His left arm going to twist? Like, and that happened. But that took a while for people to finally realize that, listen, it's in the past and we're living in the past and we're forging forward.
And we're moving forward. So it didn't hurt you too much when people were commenting about your performance?
Oh, no.
You weren't bothered?
Oh, no.
That they said it wasn't one of the best on the night?
Of course, artists...
We've seen better from Kidi.
So that's the thing. It was just one of those nights, so we move on. You don't have to later wail in it and wallow in it, and just move on.
How many songs have you put out since you came back?
What have I now?
How many songs have you put out? 2.
I have I Lied and I have currently Liquor. Yeah.
And even I Lied, you're telling us that the words were just what? Lyrics that you put in a song?
No, they were actually part of what I'm trying to say and part of like what other people's stories are and what I'm trying to say.
Are you tired of music?
I'm not. I'm actually now gingered more than ever.
Really? So you have like a
like I have a drive. Like I'm a different person right now than I was in February.
What kind of person are you?
Like maybe at that time I told you I was on stage and I was feeling like now it's like a total switch. Like I'm driven more than ever. Like
is it?
Yeah.
Is that also going to affect the kind of music you do?
It's not going to affect anything. The music will always be the music. Nothing will affect the music. Whatever music comes at whatever time of my life, it hasn't been affected by anything. It's just what it's supposed to be at that time. So,
how do we describe you? Because I mean, you win from every genre.
Yeah, I'm quite...
There's dancehall,
I have
there's high life.
Depends on what mood I'm in when I'm recording,
So usually what mood?
Oh, it depends on what the beat is. The beat that calls for the moves.
Who creates the beat? Do you do all that yourself?
Some partly I create some of the beats. Some of other beats that I make the other producers produce them as well.
Is there a reason why you still work with others? Is it because people probably complain that your songs are alike?
Oh, not that. I'm as a creative, I always know that no matter how genius I think I am, there's genius in somebody's head too. So I like to always bring in another genius to come and help what I'm doing, no matter how great I think it is.
You still get it done anyway.
I don't. My goal is the best. If I have to take 10 people to get the best, I'll take 10 people to get the best.
And that's the most important thing.
That's the most important thing.
But at the same time, you are no stranger to comparison.
Yeah.
I mean, even within your own camp, you are always compared to people.
It's normal.
And then we go to the international front as well, and then there's this whole battle between Ghana and the rest of Africa and Afrobeats, etc. Where do you find yourself in all of this? How do you feel about
I'm in my
all
house.
the conversations? In your house, minding your business.
I'm in my house. I've said before that I think this is a wrong way to attack this whole thing. I think it's embarrassing for people to always be battling about who is. To me, I don't understand it. You get me? There's other things we could focus our energy on. If somebody is doing something that is great, you learn the great thing they're doing, add it to your own special thing. There's no need to fight and battle. It's not important. I don't see it.
So are we getting it wrong having that conversation about why we should also be doing all the big stuff that other countries are doing?
Yeah, I understand that coming from a fan perspective. Fans always want the best for the people they support, and that's actually fine.
That's fine?
That's fine. They should demand the best, and they should inspire you to even give your best.
Are you guys giving us your best?
We are doing our best with what we have. Even though yeah, I know, it's a tough conversation, but if you have conversation with Ghanaian creators, you realize that everybody is really doing their best with what they have.
With what they have? That means that you don't even have enough. Would you have wished for more? And where should this more come from?
Of course, people will wish for, catalysts, things that will put whatever we're doing on a wider, horizon. But this is what we have. Even though we are fighting, we won't fold our arms and complain. We'll work till we get to that stage where we have what we want.
There was a recent conversation I had with Stoneboy talking about bankrollers, and I always like to ask the musicians that I speak to, because it looks as if we do have the people who could invest in our craft, but they're only around us to have fun and not necessarily to invest in our brand. Do you feel that way too?
I have felt that way in the past. Sometimes you hang with some of these people, realize, hey, Charlie, this man, Charlie, if all this man, he invests a quarter of it into my vision. I'm thinking what I could do, what I could become. But I'm not entitled to his money. It's his money, whatever he wants to do with it.
Is it because they don't see us as very serious people, business-minded people?
It's not even that conversation is a wider conversation, because there's so many things plugged into this one problem. We don't have, if I'm an investor, I'm coming to invest in a system, there's no correct. What is the system? There is no system to even be attractive for them to be things, and all of that is scattered from the roots. So
we don't have a system?
We don't.
So how are you people surviving?
Vibes and inshallah.
Vibes and inshallah.
Yeah. And the grace of God. I would like to.
So then how do you keep getting motivated? Because if you're surviving on vibes and inshallah, how long are you gonna keep up with that?
That's why it's a lot of us is our passion. And passion is what the difference between when the thing is weighing you down, you're still pushing because it's what you love to do.
But passion eventually has to pay you. It has to put food on the table.
Yeah, so we'll keep working hard. I will not come and sit and say, hey, this thing is not working for me. Yes, there's things that are bad, but my mentality is to always forge on, keep going. No matter what the thing is. Yes, it's there and I've seen it and I accept that it's there, but I'll not sit and fold my arm. I'll find a plan to maneuver my way around it until I can get it fixed.
What's the new direction for Kidi now that you're back?
Free spirit.
Free spirit?
Yeah.
So your music is just going to be free spirit?
Free spirit. I realized that growing up in, especially the Ghanaian music industry, everything that I've put out, as much as I've loved, has been what they've told me to do, because that's what will work. And that's fine, that's what worked. But I want to get to that point where I don't let that influence me in the studio. I go into the studio and just free myself.
Who's been telling you what to do?
But it's not like somebody's telling me, but it's not a one person telling you. The industry is telling you that, hey, to blow in Ghana, they have to do this song. You have to do it like this. It's not even one person saying it, but it's just a system we find ourselds in,
So when you started, what were you hearing? To blow in Ghana, you have to do what kind of song?
When I came, those that knew me from, I used to be an R&B
Yeah,
head.
I remember that from Hitmaker.
Me and my guitar and things.
Exactly.
Yeah, but
with your half-open shirt and you still
I'm still doing it. Yeah, but so I realized that doing that was going to make my dream last longer. Already where I'm born, my dream is already delayed 10 years, you know.
Just by being in Ghana?
Just by being like where I'm born.
In Africa?
Yeah, wherever I'm born.
You think you would have been bigger if you were born somewhere else, maybe in the Western world?
That's not what I'm saying. It's not even about just me entertainment. Like, as a kid, if you're born in this part of the world, your dream, your goals are delayed 10 years. No, you have to, whatever somebody's doing 5 times, you have to do it times 50. You have to, your effort has to be double. You have to strive, like you have to have a monster mentality.
Yeah.
Because you're unfortunate from the start. You've lost the race before you began. Yeah.
Just by being an African and being born on the African continent.
Not entirely just by being an African, but we know some of the broken systems we have around Africa. You know, entertainment industry, agric, all of those. There's so much that is not going well for Africa as a whole. So, yeah.
Is that probably why, for a lot of us Ghanaians, we're struggling and striving to make it to the international world, but you get there and realize it's a different market altogether, and you're wondering where you've been all your life?
Yeah, I mean, you don't always have to swim in the small pond. There's a bigger pond out there, and if you're used to how things are done here, when you go realize that there are different kinds of way things are done, you know, so you have to learn, acclimatize.
Tell me your biggest shock when you started going international, going viral, and realizing that the people out there work differently from us.
One thing that I always tell people is timing of shows. The first time I started performing outside, they told me that I'm going on stage at 8. And I was so used to being in Ghana when they say show starts at 8.
That means 1 a.m.
So I was just relaxed. And it was like, listen, the show starts at 8, and by 10 p.m., the venue is closing. That was one of my biggest cultural shocks. And that actually happens. And I love that because you get the crowd at their most energetic, their most happy. I don't understand the concept of shows lasting into 4 a.m. and 3 a.m. and things. I wish we could all do shows. Everybody comes early, 8, 9, 10, but we're done. You go and continue your evening, like beautiful.
But they blame the artists for a lot of these things. Because you go for a concert and they'll tell you, oh, he's going to come maybe at 8 p.m. And the artist is now driving in at 1 a.m.
I don't think it's a one-person problem. Everybody has a role to play in this. I'm not here to do you out of you.
I understand. I'm just saying that can the artists also take part of the blame?
Yes, we are all parts of this. Like, this is a collective effort that we all have to make. It's not just about fans, it's we all.
What are you willing to do about this?
It's tough, but there was one time I was doing a show and I was like, it's starting at 9. And I put in my mind that if even 2 people are there at 9, I want to perform.
Hey, that's scary.
Yes, but that's what I wanted to do to help the situation. But when you get there, you see the 2 people.
Charlie, your heart could.
They want to wait for everybody to come. Like, so that's why it's a collective thing. We all have to, chip in to make this work.
How are your international shows going? I mean, in terms of, you couldn't go on tour then, but before that you had done some tours, etc. How do they usually receive you?
It's amazing, I remember the most current Europe tour we went to. One thing I learned differently from that is usually our shows, when we go to places, a lot of Ghanaians who live there come through for us. They attend the shows and it's all love. But one thing I learned in our last Europe tour, we had people that were not even just Ghanaians. And that told me that there is something we're doing right. Yeah. Maybe we're not doing it well, but we're doing something right. We have to just keep going at it. So that, hearing our music, taking me to Australia, India, like it's such a surreal moment for me.
Speaking of India, you collaborated with one of their biggest artists as well. Would you say Touch It has been your most successful song?
Yes.
It has been.
I don't think there's any.
It has been.
It has been, yeah.
When you were releasing, did you ever think that it was going to go that far?
No. I just knew I was doing a good song. I just didn't know the trajectory, what it was going to do. I just left it to go. I did what I had to do in it.
I think there was a performance. Davido was performing recently. I'm sure you were tagged in it. And Touch It was played.
I've seen
was it in Dubai or something?
I've seen the post, but I've not seen the video.
Oh, you haven't seen the video where they said your song was playing and the whole crowd was vibing to it. I want like 50 of this. Like, that's what that's my goal. Like, I don't want to bask in Touch It became me. Then that was that guy that did Touch It. I don't want to be known as that. You want many more?
I want many more Touch It.
But you
Touch
need
It,
to work
hold it, jump it, like all of it.
But you need to work on promotion. You need to invest in all of that.
Everything.
Are you doing that?
It is. Like I said in the beginning, we're doing the best we can with what life is giving us. We want more, but until we get more, we'll just keep going.
I'm hearing rumors, and I just want to ask if it's true or not. Is it true you want to leave links?
Hey, where did you hear this one from?
Is it true?
This one, the birds concocted this.
No, it's not.
Because I've not heard it anywhere. Like,
So it's not true you want to leave Links?
I'm still with
It's not true
Links.
you're having issues with anybody there?
I'm chilling.
You're chilling?
I'm good.
You've seen how some of your fellow artists have left your record labels. It's become so murky.
I don't know why
talking
people,
all
when
over.
this conversation, people make it just about, oh, so that is everywhere in the world, artists leave labels. Like, artists will never be on the same label. Just a few that stay on the same label their entire lives. But people will move. It doesn't have to be war and bad blood. Like, I don't know why we make this conversation such a taboo.
Are we the ones who make it that way, or it's because of the stories we hear from the people who were signed on to some of these labels?
Yeah, but there are some to that didn't happen. But people still like, yeah, you left the label, you're ungrateful. Like, I don't know why that's the mindset.
If you leave a label, doesn't mean you're ungrateful.
No, it depends on how you go. That's why I say it doesn't have to be war. If you reach a place where you feel like, oh, boss, Charlie, we've worked, dude. I want to continue. Oh, let's shake hands. All the best, my son. Go. Simple. Conversation done.
Did you ever set up your own record label?
One day.
Okay. How soon?
One day.
I'm
trying to
just
trick
being naughty. No, because like I said, I've heard.
Yeah, wherever you head
rumors.
it.
So I'm wrong.
Yeah, you're wrong.
Completely.
Yeah.
Who would you say your closest friend on your label?
On my label,
Yeah.
Varosky.
Varosky is your closest friend. Well,
Yeah.
he's your DJ.
Yeah. But somebody can be your DJ and I'm not your closest friend, so he's my closest.
What makes you guys so compatible?
Hey, this question is dangerous.
Oh, no, not that kind of. No, not that kind of. We're not going
No,
there.
but I think we see a lot of things alike. You know, we share some same values, and we have kind of the same mind about things. And sometimes he sees my vision, you know, so we see each other's
What's your vision?
You need an eclipse glass, so it's bright.
We are ready. We want to hear. We want to see.
You know, but it's not everything. I don't want to come and say, I want to know. All you need to know is there is a big picture that I have of myself, and I am working diligently and so hard to get there, and that is what it is.
I'm looking forward to that. But this year, we're going to get an album.
This year is almost over, but fingers crossed. Let's see what happens.
An album?
Fingers
Or
crossed.
an EP?
Fingers crossed.
Oh, Kidi.
The thing is, these decisions have to be discussed, so I said fingers crossed.
So you haven't discussed it yet, so you don't know if you're releasing an album, but you have more songs coming out?
Oh, plenty.
So Liquor is not going to be the only one.
We're lined up.
When is your next song coming out?
Oh, don't worry. When the time is, but I have a couple of features coming this month, so watch out for them.
Which ones are those?
Oh, one with D Black coming
Nice.
soon, and then one just dropped today from an artist from Romania, Antonia, as well. Yeah, I have one with Juice coming in a couple of weeks as well.
Well, Juice is in town too, right?
Yes.
Oh, that's
We're
gonna
linking
be
up
cool.
soon, so yeah.
I hear you. Are you going to be an advocate for mental health with iLight? Is that what you were seeking to push, or?
Yes, I would say I was bringing the spotlight on a conversation that is quite taboo, you know. It's not spoken of. People don't even know about it, you know. And I feel like if I have a voice that people hear, this is a chance for me to channel what I am personally feeling for
About
people
it.
to know that this thing exists. People wear their shirts and ties and go to work and smile and do what they have to do, but when they close and go back home, they're crying in their pillows because of life's battles, numerous battles.
Did you cry too?
Oh, I have cried before. I cried. Charlie, nobody is to talk. Like, macho man for your gym, they cry past. But everybody,
things are tough, yeah.
I think crying is like an orgasm for the soul.
Hey,
Yes.
hold on.
Yes.
Repete encore.
Yes, it's a release for the soul.
Yeah.
Like when you cry, you don't realize when there's something wrong, when you cry, then you feel well because you let it out. You know?
Yeah.
So it's good to don't hold your tears and
They
die.
said Berman soon.
That's one of the toxic things they've taught us. Yeah.
And Jesus wept. So Berman be soon. If you ever see Kidi crying, won't you mock him? And someone said, and Kidi wept.
That's all.
Anyway, well, we're looking for December is coming. I'm sure a lot of shows are coming up as well.
I'm ready, we're back, so I'm ready to get back on stage. And yeah, even before I go, December, I have a couple of tours coming, not tours, but places I have to perform at. I have Miami, I have Grenada, Jamaica coming up, so
nice.
I'm prepping myself for December as well. So.
Well, we have a game to play.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Let's get it.
Well, don't worry, I'm not going to lie about it this time. We'll be right back. Kidi is on with us. All right, you're welcome back. And Sucre Kidi Papito is here with us. I like to call him Sugar Daddy. Are we still going with that tag? Sugar Daddy, Golden Boy, which one?
Forever.
Which one?
Order.
Girls Dem Sugar.
Well, that's 2018, please.
So right now, what's
That's
the latest?
Oh, it's still Sugar Daddy.
It's still Sugar Daddy.
Sugar Daddy, there's Golden Boy there as well.
Exactly. So you are not showing us your hair. What's going on? Is it still golden?
Oh, because I've not got a haircut, that's why.
Oh, that's why
I couldn't
you
go to my
haven't. So are you still
before.
golden or you are?
No, I'm back to Black Star.
Back to Black Star. I know.
Yeah, but-
Anyway, let's play a game, shall we? Please, let's stand.
Let's get it.
Okay, so I'm going to make it very simple for you. You're very good at doing on-the-spot performances, right? So I'm going to give you words. And for each word, you must create a song, either one of your old songs or a new one.
Okay.
Ready?
Let's go.
Are you guys ready? Yeah. Should we test Kidi? Yeah. First one. Dance.
Girl, I wanna dance for you. Bring your baby back for me, yeah. Girl, I wanna dance for you, yeah. I think that's it, right? Well, you do a whole song with that.
Okay, well, you tried.
One
Red.
melody.
Red.
Lady in a red dress, I like it how you move that body on me, see. Lady in a red dress, I like the way you move your body on me.
Other.
Odo ye we wudo ya mama ya. Odo ye we. Odo ye we wudo ya mama ya. I knew there was going to be Odo in there.
Line.
Line. Jen. Line. Give it up.
Listen, we are forming a group.
What's the name of our group?
Give us a name.
Shall I give us a name?
Golden
Bella.
Spice.
You sweet like sugar and spice. Me want to give you some ice.
Hey. And I want to rub it on you nice.
Hey. Golden Bella.
Do you know, did you see that I paused? I was trying to
think of one.
Okay, money.
Give me your money. I want to make some money. Baby, make you give me your money. Yeah.
Who should give you the money?
Everybody.
But you have to give us, give us money.
Let's give each other money.
We should give each other money.
Okay.
Okay.
Money, so.
There's some people who say they'll never date broke guys. As a guy, how do you feel about this?
That's their preference.
That's their preference?
Everybody has the choice, you know. So if you want,
it's okay if girls say they don't want broke guys?
There's a reason why you don't want broke guys. Somebody also wants that, so it's fine.
Okay. Yeah. Where do you fall? Like,
who wants that?
Well, she's asking who wants that?
Oh, they know themselves.
Where do you fall? Broke or in between, managing or?
I mean, we all like the good and finest things in life, you know. So if we get money, we want.
He's not answering the question. Where are you? Are you broke? Are you in between?
Oh, you say me. Oh, me, the God is wonderful.
Happy.
Because I'm happy.
If you feel like a room without a roof.
Because I'm happy.
Clap your hands if you feel like happiness is the truth.
Because I'm.
Clap your hands if you.
Berla is doing what you can sing.
Happiness means to you.
I have to take you to Richie Benson. Let's sign you.
I know. Oh wow! I didn't realize my name was there. Okay, so Berla.
Oh my Bella.
Wait. Who is this one? Who is this? At this point, they have to come and sponsor the show. This is an endorsement, free endorsement for us. But anyway, Kidi, it's been a pleasure having you on the show.
Thank you for having me.
And like I said, you have a lot of performances coming up this this Christmas.
This holiday.
So we're looking forward to it.
Yep.
Do you
I'll be on your nearest stage, so
Okay.
I'll give you the info when the time is right.
Liquor and more.
And more.
Okay, we're gonna do one of your old songs then. Which one? Which one has been your favorite so far?
Whew, that's a tough one. Let's do One Man.
Okay, One Man.
Just so you can be at dinner.
Okay. I love it though. Golden Bells. And I wish you the best.
Thank you. Thank you, Bella. Thank you.
Well, I hope you've enjoyed our time here with Kidi. You enjoyed it, eh? Yeah. Wait, who is Kidi's biggest fan here? I need one lady to tell him something. Anything. Do you have a message for him? Who's it gonna be? You want to say something to him? Please come forward. The microphone is here. Okay, he's here with you. Hey, you have come close to Kidi. You don't want a hug. You hug him, eh? Okay, okay.
I'm even short of words.
Hey.
Kidi, I just want you to know that we all love you so much, and you are doing a great work in Ghana for all of us. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you.
On that moment, thank you so much for watching the Day Show. We'll see you again next week. Love you. Mwah. Bye.
Oh, baby, you know we outside. Yeah, we outside. You know we outside. Oh, baby, you know we outside. Yeah, we outside. You know we outside. Belly body like a panda. The way she move it make a panda. Break it down, make it wiggle like a panda. I want to know what you meet me in the corner. Bouncy, 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 baby, bouncy, bouncy, ma. Bouncy, 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 baby, bouncy, bouncy, ma. Champagne for my pain. I stay in my lane. Every day is my birthday. Wait till weekend. Champagne for my pain. I stay in my lane.